Hello, bookworms, and welcome to the Book Up. I'm your host, Verdell Walker. Books are my passion, and my mission is simple: to help you find the books you'll love and dodge the ones you won't. Each week, I review a book in just 15 minutes. By the end, you'll know whether it belongs at the top of your TBR pile or is destined for a DNF. Think of me as your personal book matchmaker. So come on in, get cozy, and let me give you the Book Up. Before I get started, I want to shout out QK2345, who left me the sweetest review. They wrote, "I could listen to Verdell all day. Her voice is so easy on the ears. I love how she paints the picture and packs in so much insight with a special dash of her unique personality. And she keeps it all under 15 minutes, as promised." Thank you so much, QK2345. That is so kind, and I really appreciate you listening. And if you want to be the next person I shout out on air, please go leave me a review. Okay, now let's talk about today's book, The Wishing Game by Meg Shaffer. It's published by Ballantine Books, an imprint of Penguin Random House. The print edition is 278 pages, and it's also available as an eBook and an audiobook. Here's the publisher's summary. In a childhood marked by neglect and loneliness, Lucy found her solace in books, namely the Clock Island series by Jack Masterson. Now a 26-year-old teacher's aide, she is able to share her love of reading with bright young students, especially 7-year-old Christopher Lamb, who was left orphaned after the tragic death of his parents. Lucy would give anything to adopt Christopher, but even the idea of becoming a family seems like an impossible dream without proper funds and stability. Just when Lucy is about to give up, Jack Masterson announces he's finally written a new book. Even better, he's holding a contest at his home on the real Clock Island, and Lucy is one of the 4 lucky contestants chosen to compete to win the one and only copy. For Lucy, the chance of winning the most sought-after book in the world means everything to her and Christopher. But first, she must contend with ruthless book collectors, wily opponents, and the distractingly handsome and grumpy Hugo Reese, the illustrator of the Clock Island books. Meanwhile, Jack, the mastermind Masterson, is plotting the ultimate twist ending that could change all their lives forever. Real quick, if you're enjoying the Book Up, I would love it if you took 2 minutes to leave me a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I'm on a mission to hit 50 reviews, and I'm not quite there yet. So every single one genuinely counts. Reviews help the show reach more book lovers like you. Okay, back to the wishing game. So right after season 2, I did a bonus episode and wrote a Substack post about cozy fantasy and why I love the genre. I'll link to both of those in the show notes, but TLDR, it's because it makes me feel good and it's cozy and it's something wonderful to retreat to. So while The Wishing Game isn't fantasy, it's absolutely a cozy. I chose it because from the first few pages, I could tell that it was a love letter to books. That really spoke to me both as a reader and a writer. It's especially a paean to kid literature, which I've spent a good part of my career in, so that touched me as well. Meg does a great job of writing about how books, particularly series with characters that kids can return to again and again, can become a haven for kids. It's so touching and so well done. So let's start with what makes this book sing for me, and it's the characters. Lucy is a protagonist you can root for. She is a teacher's aide and she yearns to be Christopher's mom, but she's also flat broke. So adopting Christopher feels like a pipe dream because she can't really afford to give him a great life, at least in the eyes of the state. There's a part early in the book where an adoption lawyer Lucy consults tells her that she's so poor she can't pay attention. Ouch! Ouch! One note here, Meg also writes so well about economic stress. Lucy has holes in her shoes and she sells plasma for extra cash. You don't see too many novels, especially in this genre, deal with the minutia of poverty so intimately and respectfully. So, Lucy was also emotionally abused by her ex, Sean. And if that wasn't enough, Lucy also had a tough childhood. It was hard for me to grasp the depth of Lucy's parents abandoning her and the cruelty that they had towards her. It felt kind of far-fetched and unnatural sometimes. And yet I accepted it because it explained why Lucy acts the way that she does and why she's so desperate for the haven of love and family with Christopher. And yes, we see really crappy parents do horrible things in real life. All of that to say, you really want Lucy to win because she's not just fighting for herself, she's fighting for Christopher too. She's probably the most sympathetic main character I've read in a while. So, Jack Masterson is the reclusive, mega best-selling author behind the Clock Island books that Lucy loves. These are the same stories that shaped Lucy's childhood and gave her hope when she felt so alone. He's kinda like Willy Wonka meets Mr. Rogers. He's whimsical, quirky, and a little unpredictable, the kind of person that you never quite know what he'll do next. But underneath all the riddles and games, he has a deep desire to connect to other people and to bring a little magic into the world that he's created. He really becomes a kind of mentor, almost a parental figure to Lucy and the other contestants. Now, another character is Hugo Reese. He is the illustrator of the Clock Island books. He's grumpy and a little cynical at first, but that rough exterior hides a deep loyalty to the magic that he has helped create with his art. And he has a history with Lucy. And over the course of the contest, we see him soften, grow, and learn to hope again. Hugo isn't just a distraction or a side character or, your average love interest. He is someone on his own journey. And seeing Lucy fight for something bigger than herself awakens new depths in him, too. Now, the other thing that I loved about this book is the setting. Clock Island itself is so magical. Jack has actually created the world of his books on the island that he lives on, and it's so cool. That's where the Willy Wonka aspect comes in when all the adults come for the competition. Jack has used his wealth to create like this Clock Island inspired theme park with places from the book. Even the house that he lives in is like a kid's fantasy. It's so charming. Every corner of the island is steeped in Jack's imagination. The hidden rooms, the intricate puzzles, the little touches that remind you why his Clock Island books captured Lucy's heart as a kid. Now, I want to give you a slight content warning here, bookworms. Some of the things that happen to kids in this book are hard to read about. None of it is gory or violent or anything like that, but the details that Meg gives are enough. Just be prepared for some well crafted allusions to abuse and hardship. And in fact, those instances are why so many kids imprint on Jack for help. It's why Lucy did. And he has a tough time dealing with it, rightfully so. But I think this is one of the beautiful parts of the book, too. Scared kids making wishes, looking for hope, looking for the courage to face their fears. And Jack's Clock Island books give them that. I won't spoil it, of course, but the ending was bittersweet. Emphasis on the sweet. The characters don't all get what they want, but they get what they need. In case it's not clear yet, The Wishing Game earns 5 out of 5 stars from me. It is magical, it's cozy, and it's full of heart. It is a love letter to books, to hope, and to the kids and the adults who find solace in stories. The characters are unforgettable, the setting is a whimsical wonder, and the emotional depth hits just right. It stayed with me long after I finished it, and I can't recommend it enough. The Wishing Game is Meg's second novel. I also think that I'm going to try her first novel, The Lost Story, in the future. Her third book is called The Book Witch, and bookworms, I don't think you should bother with that one. I actually DNF'd it. I've linked my review about why in the show notes. But if you need a little haven to retreat to right now, you should absolutely pick The Wishing Game up. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Book Up. If you want to pick up today's book, check out the episode description for shoppable links. I'll earn a commission if you make a purchase, so your support helps keep the show going. And if you're enjoying The Book Up, please take a moment to leave a rating and a review. It makes a huge difference in helping other book lovers find the show, and I read every single one. Don't forget to follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode, and come say hi over on Instagram @TheBookUpPod. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you next time on The Book Up.